Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV here in Zurich at the Precious Metal Summit Conference. And it's our honor and pleasure to talk also to the first time to Dave O'Neill from American West Metals. Welcome. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Yourself?
Perfect. Thank you very much. Long time. Already the day. Oh, yeah, really long day, I would say, but we make it through.
Absolutely. Save the best for last.
Same for you, probably with a lot of meetings here, right?
Yeah, it's been very busy.
That's how it should be. American West Metals. What's your company about? Please give us a short overview.
Copper and growth, two key things. We do have some zinc projects as well, but predominantly our focus is on copper. We've pushing ahead with exploration and development for the Storm Copper Project in Nunavut, Canada. There we've defined resources, amazing high-grade open pit resources, which we're growing, and we're going to put out a resource update in the coming weeks. We've also shown that you don't need to do traditional flotation with copper. We've showing that you can use traditional beneficiation techniques to do a very low cost and low intensity pathway to production for copper, which is unique, and we think it's pretty special.
Super. So you said Canada already. I saw also in your presentation you're on the US. Maybe let's stick for a second in Canada. So what was 2024 for you, the biggest milestone you have reached?
They're yet to come.
There's still 6 weeks left.
Yes. So look, this year's program really built on last year's. We more than doubled the drilling this season. And that was really about, on the back of the maiden resources, really just trying to expand that and increase the resource level of confidence in that, which we think we've successfully done. And then that will lead into a resource upgrade at the back end of this month. All of that in the background, we've also been working on environmental studies, which will really facilitate the permitting side of things, obviously. So there's been mine design, process design, a lot of the background work, which we don't talk about in the market too much, but that's been very intensive this year. And both these things will culminate in a PEA/PFS study in Q1 next year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're looking forward to that. Fast. That'll put the numbers in black and white and people to go through and test it and really hopefully shine a light on the project.
Super. You said open pittable. What grades we are talking so far?
Yeah, so look, Storm's got an average grade of 1.2% copper.
For open pit? Wow.
100% of resources open pit.
Lovely.
But look, there's the opportunity to actually increase that. We drilled a drill hole this year outside of the current resource, and we hit 23 metres at 8.5% copper. So that was hole 93 this season. So, it was no director special. It was, we didn't expect it. So that just shows the resource potential and upgrade potential of the Storm project. Look, we've only drilled these superficial deposits. 3 of the deposits stick out of the ground, and the other one's flat lying and starts about 25 metres from surface. But all of these deposits have really only been explored to about 100 metres vertical depth. So that's the potential here. That's really fantastic. Yeah, super.
And the objective is to bring it in production by yourself, hopefully?
Well, I mean, that's on the table. Depends on the economic and the study, obviously. But we believe we could. Look, I think the world is our oyster at this point, and it lends itself to being able to do that. Do we need a major? No, not at all. We've got the team in place, and we've got the project, and I think this will be so low footprint and low capital that we can do this ourselves.
Okay,
but never say never. Fantastic. It's also good to have support and.
Yeah, I mean, for everything is a price tag on.
Absolutely, everything's for sale at some price. Yeah, but look, I think the best thing for our shareholders is to get the value of the company up organically and doing that through what we've been doing to date. So
that's fantastic. And I mean, the world needs a lot more copper. Absolutely. Not only for next year, but for the next 20, 30 years at least, maybe longer. And I think we are moving into a deficit. It really looks
right. Yeah, that's right. And look, I think put all the market noise aside and all no one's crystal ball is working very well at the moment. I think if you have a project you believe in and show strong economics, then it puts you in a good place. So really focus on the technicals, what you're doing, look after the project and grow it. And I think things will fall into place for you at some point.
Absolutely. Super. So then the US, I saw you have also projects there. So what's going on there?
Well, while Storm's been full speed ahead this year, not a lot, but look, these projects, both in Utah, one's called West Desert. It's a skarn that sits on the edge of a porphyry. Zinc, copper, silver, and indium. And it's actually...
Indium? Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, well, so it's the world... one of the world's largest undeveloped indium deposits.
Oha.
And it's the only JORC compliant indium deposit in the States. And so while a lot of the economics for the project in the zinc and the copper and the silver, we know that China's likely to ban on indium next year, like it has with some of the other commodities. And USA is 100% net importer of indium. So a lot of their supply comes from China and Bolivia, Sweden and Canada, I think. So there's also a red dog coming off in the coming years that supplies some of the indium to the States. So there'll be a massive deficit. There's a massive push from the US government departments on, critical and strategic metals. So, even this doesn't directly affect the indium, it may affect the project indirectly through government grants.
Because you get maybe big support there.
That's right, yeah. So Copper Warrior is the other one. That's South Utah, and that's just down the road from Utah's second largest copper deposit, Lisbon Valley. So again, that's a traditional SED-hosted copper deposit, very similar to Storm. Lower grade, but it's in a mining district and close to the head frame. So a very potentially business opportunity down that way.
Okay, super fantastic. So what are your plans then for 2025? Because that indium thing, I think that is really important.
Yeah.
Because without indium, you do not have an iPhone, you do not have a TV, nothing. No.
And unfortunately for copper and other things, no one talks about it, but unfortunately war, the arms industry uses indium and in their weapons and things like that, advanced
Silver
weapons
also,
and copper and munitions and things like that. So there's the dark part of the industry which no one talks about, which is but yes, indium deficit. Look, West Desert is set up and ready to go. It's fully permitted to do the next phase of work. The holding costs are very, very little for us, so there is no rush to do it, but it's set up and ready to go.
Fantastic, set up ready to go. I like that. Who are your largest shareholders? What is cash in the bank?
I'm the largest shareholder.
Good.
And my fellow founder, John Prinius, is the second largest. We're lucky enough also to have Commodity Discovery Fund in there. I think they're third or fourth. So they believe in the scale potential of Storm, and so they've been a great partner in this. As of today, we've got about $4 million in the bank. We've done, we've assigned a 0.9% royalty over Storm, and that's got a number of milestone payments potentially coming up in the future. One of those is around an increase in resource, and the other one's about permitting documentation. So hopefully we can achieve those milestones and get that funding ticked off as well.
Fantastic. I'm pretty sure you will, because you're on the right metals, definitely.
Oh, hopefully.
Super.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for that insight. That was great.
Yep.
And we wish you well, because definitely the US and also Canada needs your metals in the future.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Super.
Yeah, thank
you very much.
Cheers.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dave O'Neill from American West Metals, and you heard it. It's about copper. It's about indium, about zinc, about, I think silver you said also a little bit with it.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So those are all the metals we really need for high tech, for electronics, also for defense industry. And especially indium is something really, really critical from next year onwards. And because without indium, you do not have an iPhone. You do not have any plasma TVs, whatever, flat screens, everywhere you need it. So I think really check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.